Okay, eye area trim. How do we go about that, since the doggy has so many features on the face and we want to just trim the hair by the eyes, leave everything else alone, like eyes, ears, nose, tongue, lips, whatnot. So the way I like to go about it is I have a few backup plans, like using an awesome shear. And a backup plan is the way I hold the muzzle area. I like to either go this way or this way. The main thing is you want to cover the doggy's chin almost all around, but at least further away. So in case the doggy moves his head that way or that way, you're gonna be able to control it. I like to go about it this way because this gives me long enough or large enough space to cover the lower chin, and this way I'm gonna be able to hold the top of the nose as well. And that's gonna be a safe way to hold the head. Many groomers still use the technique, which I really hate, chin lock. They grab a bunch of hair under the chin and they hold the doggies like this way, turning them into pugs like instantly because it hurts. They are staying in one direction, in one spot, because they are hurt otherwise. We don't want that. We want the doggies to stay there safely and give them the option to move, but still protecting them and us from injury. So this is one comfortable way to do it. I've seen human hairstylists to do a very similar thing, like when they move the ears out of the way. It's the same thing. They fold the ear out of the way, they do the haircut behind, and then they let it go. I've never seen a hairdresser or a hairstylist, human hairstylist, do like grab a piece of hair here, you stay there until I'm working on this spot. No way. We can work around around force and cruelty and still keep the doggy in one space and give them give them an enjoyable experience and finish with the haircut. So forget this one, forget that one, forget holding the ear, whatnot. That's no way to go, no human way to go. Hold it this way, hold it that way, and it's gonna be perfectly fine. The other thing I like to do is move the hair out of the way. Oftentimes the hair folds down and it's flat around the skin by the eyes or even further. And I like to fluff it up, either with comb, just getting in there and moving it up, or even with the shear, just like moving the hair a little bit higher up so it's gonna stick more out and it's gonna be easier to grab it with the shears whenever you're working on that. That's a very helpful way to deal with the inner corner of the eyes. And I like to go about trimming the eye area in a way that I'm not just like, okay, I need to go deep in there, so one snip and it's done. No, I'm doing tiny cuts, like cutting and going lower, as you can see, cutting and going lower. That way I'm gonna do a few cuts and then see, or even one. When I was a beginner, I was doing one snip and taking a look deeper in there, like what's going on? Can I see the skin? Are there any eye boogers in there which I need to be aware of? Whatnot. And as long as the eye boogers are nice and soft, then you can cut them out with a shear. In case they get hard, then I highly recommend to soak them because they can get stuck by the skin super close. And you might think that you are still working on the eye booger since it's so hard, and you snip it, and then you're gonna end up with a ginormous hole, or even a tiny one is not desired, right by the eye because it was so close to the skin that you are just grabbing everything at once. So we really want to avoid that. In case the eye booger gets hard, then soften it. Few drops of water, dang, let the doggy go. 5 minutes, come back, check it, still hard, few drops of water, bang, then you let the doggy go again. And you are doing this until the doggy's eye boogers are perfectly soft, and then you can either scoop them out and do the trim, or just do the trim on the soft eye booger. That's going to be very helpful. And you do the same thing. This is the angle to do around the eyes, and this is the position I use the shears around the eyes. We are not doing this, no way. Doggy moves a little bit, one eye gone, not fun. this way. It's much, much safer, much, much safer. And you can go really deep there that way, and it's going to be perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about safety because you're doing it the safe way. So this is the way I go about it, cutting the eye area on the inner corners. And what about the bangs? Let's talk about the bangs now.